US. We are Penthouse 7, that's 70s dance show. And again, we're here once again to be live with you today on the live stream. And we're practically all here except Ryan, who might pop in later on, and what's her face?
Aussie and Gina.
No, they might be here also a little later on. But anyway,
That's her
we're so
thing.
happy. We're so happy that you're all here today. And allow me to let the gang say good morning to you. Marlene,
Good morning and good evening, everyone. I'm so excited. Do you know that every time I see my Penthouse 7 family, it gives me so much joy. That's why I'm so happy. Thank you for being here. Mike,
Yes. Welcome, everybody. This is something, as I said before, we got to start off a bunch of seniors trying to figure this out, but we're going to just go along. We're going to be talking about some of our outfits, our crazy outfits. So I think people has something he wants to say.
Yeah, hello, welcome everybody. Okay, just remember this is our second anniversary since we launched the channel in July of 2021, right? But for this live stream and future events from now on, we've activated super chat, super stickers, and buy me a coffee. And let me explain what this is. For most of you who are familiar with this live stream feature, you know that this is truly a great way to engage with us during the live stream. For those still unfamiliar with super chats and super stickers, by purchasing highlighted chats and animated images during this live stream, your live chat message will readily stand out, enabling us to immediately react and respond to your messages. Super chats and colorful messages get pinned for a set period of time on top of the live chat bar. We will be able to see it. Everyone will be able to see it, and we can give you extra attention to say thank you, to talk to you, to answer whatever you want you're asking. Okay. The same is true with the purchase of animated messages. You may have also noted that in our description of the live stream, there's a buy me a coffee link in our channel description as well. As with super chats and super stickers, you may also buy us coffee anytime during the live stream. We definitely will appreciate the boost that your coffee purchases will provide us. It's important to note that all your purchases for these super chats, super stickers, and buy me a coffee will go a long way in supporting this channel by allowing us to update our systems and equipment so that we can continuously churn out more vibrant and creative videos. Remember, we've already experimented with green screen tech to put us all together in our dance videos. With your support, we will be able to acquire the appropriate hardware and software to maximize this feature. You'll see all of us in the same video. This and other concepts that we've been discussing among ourselves will be able to find its way onto our channel with your support. So let's get going and have fun. Tony,
And
you have the call.
celebrate our
Who's gonna
third
start first?
year. Our
yeah,
third year on YouTube.
It's
This
our
is
third
the
year.
beginning.
We're celebrating. 21, 22.
Yes.
let's
guys,
continue. Let's continue saying hello, Sandy. You didn't say
Yeah,
hello yet. Hi.
Hi. Hi. I
yes,
see
Maria,
Jillian
Terry
and
from Australia.
Ria, Belle, Veronica,
Yes,
yeah.
Maria.
Monica.
Guys,
Monica,
Yeah,
and
let's just
everybody.
start.
Just remember,
Hi,
Maria.
we're
Alda.
doing
Maria,
this.
Yeah.
Hey, Maria.
We're doing this in the spirit of fun. So if we make fun of each
Well,
other, walang pikunan to. Sorry na lang those who are here because we're gonna pick on them and they will see it
Exactly.
when we air this.
Like Sandy says,
Okay,
Veronica.
Eden.
Simon
Hi,
and
like
Veronica from
Veronica.
Florida.
yeah, like Sandy
yes.
says, talong pikon.
Let's go. Let's do
But
it.
anyway, guys, listen to this. This live stream is not only for us, it's for all of us. And we're so happy that you're here today and you're here for a reason. I'm sure you're curious about things, you want to ask questions, you want to participate and also give us your opinions on things. Please do so. Okay, we're here to also listen. We want to know and get to know about you, all of you who are watching. So please just pop in and ask your question at any time. And we'll be happy to answer anything that you ask. Well, not everything, but most things.
Hello,
So
Sol.
Something.
guys,
Hey, Saul.
so all hi, and then we've got
So,
Maria.
Maria,
Hi,
we've
Maria.
got
Alda
Alda.
Guzman. Hello.
And
and
then Annette Kahite.
So guys, we're trying to say hi to everybody that's here, saying hi,
Hi,
and
Annette.
sometimes somebody's talking, so we're just waving at you, but
Yeah, we,
We
we
see
try to,
you. We
yeah, we
see
see
you.
you,
yeah, we see
yeah.
you. Thank you so much for
So
joining us. Thank you.
yeah, so wow,
So you
Maria.
everybody's
want
from.
to you want to show
Sorry.
them how we look like then
Yep.
and make
Yeah,
fun of
Get
ourselves?
ready to be surprised and
You know,
amazed.
yeah, you know, the
Annette's
only
in
okay.
the house. Hi,
yeah, the
Annette.
only thing
Hi,
about
Annette.
that, the only thing
So
about that is you'll see your old self and
Maricel,
you can
hello.
compare, the old self now. Because we're really, diba, all the years have passed anyway. But
yeah,
hope that the videos and the pictures and our conversations will make you remember the 70s and the 80s because we all had fun then, and we hope we will bring happy memories back also for you.
Oh,
And
Ida, you
please,
still look the same.
Na naman, Anna, you do look the same.
hey
Agnes.
guys, our followers, if there's any outfits or
Trish.
things that you remember that we don't, please remind us because our memories have failed sometimes. So we're going to be looking back at some of the fashion choices that we made in the 70s. So here we go, I guess.
Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Dia. Hi, Dia.
Yeah,
And
Internet.
then Anna, there's
Agnes.
somebody. Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys. So we're going to start our reminiscing of
Colasas of
what we were
Leonidin.
doing before our pictures.
Hi,
Right.
Annette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
So
go.
the
That was
fashion
our
then
dance
was
fever.
Colasa
Mike,
days.
you want to talk about your
Yeah,
Danny
no, no.
Osmond?
If you can get back to the start, we can start with a classic.
Okay,
Classic.
Classic
okay.
acid wash jeans.
And
Diamond
the
Yeah,
hair,
but
the hair.
and
I,
What's
The
thick
the
hair.
hair?
hair.
I
This was a
really don't
little
know
bit
if I'm looking at Gino
bottom.
Vanelli and Tommy Steele.
Exactly, people. Exactly.
baka John Bon Jovi.
Poodle cut. Is that poodle cut?
Poodle cut. Lioness.
Lioness siguro.
Dia
Lioness.
This,
Arroyo.
to be honest, this is a little bit after Penthouse 7, but still brings you back. Those acid wash jeans. Oh my God.
Hello, Henry
Once he
Yutri
Hi,
came to
Pizan.
visit
Henry.
me in San Francisco, and we went out, believe it or not, we went out looking like that.
Hi, Maria.
Tucked in pullovers.
Oo.
Well, I'm
Mullet
here.
hair.
Talaga.
Is that
Mullet
mullet
hair daw,
hair?
sabi ni Belle.
mullet hair. It's called
Yeah,
mullet hair,
Mullet hair.
sabi ni
guys.
Belle. Yeah. So,
Okay, what's
Yeah.
next?
okay,
The next
go.
one was the
Next.
one I wanted to show, Joni, the next
Hi,
picture.
Belle. Mullet
There's the
hair daw,
classic
mullet
double
hair.
belt.
There's that
Double
double belt.
belt.
That's
And
that's it.
what's this? Miami Vice.
Uh,
Rolled up,
Yeah,
unstructured
Diba?
jacket.
Yeah.
and
Miami
Remember?
Vice.
half ties, half hanging ties that the
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
was using.
Remember
Yeah.
Miami Vice? They wore the unstructured jacket and then a T-shirt
Always.
underneath.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like getting into the Miami Vice era.
New
Mike,
haircut ka na
Hi,
I'm
dito.
just
Edita.
curious about something.
Salunyo.
From
Edita,
Bataan,
shouting
Edita.
out from Bataan.
Hi,
Wow.
Edita.
Wow.
Hi,
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
How's the
Hi,
weather?
Edita.
Edita.
Smooth
Mike.
ba dyan?
But,
Yeah, Ron,
Mike,
what was
Mike,
your
I have a
question? Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about double belts. I just want to know what were you keeping up?
Yeah, the belt is in your legs, Mike.
One,
Mike, the
one
Yeah.
belt.
belt was not enough, Ron. One belt was not enough. You know,
Excuse me.
wait, what's your
the
birthday, Mike? This time was your birthday?
yeah, this was in May, and every year Archie and I have our birthdays 1 year apart and
Oh,
1 week
yes.
apart, and
Yeah.
Sandy was a couple of weeks before. So every year in May we would have a party. This was
Henry
you
from LA.
recognize the painting on the back.
Yes.
Ano yan?
That's
Another
another
world?
world.
Another
Another
world.
Another
one.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hi,
every year,
Henry.
Hi,
every May we would have
Henry.
our party.
Henry from LA and
Yeah,
Maria. Hi, Maria.
Henry.
hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Hey, Henry.
And
Oh,
yes,
anyway,
Maria,
Maria.
everyone's
we
from
all
So
Germany.
noticed
sweet.
that too.
From
Yeah,
America,
can we
Yeah.
mention how much we
Maria,
weighed in those
you're
days?
so spot on.
Yeah.
Wait, the double belt kasi then was used to wrap around the waist twice. But now it's just one belt for the entire
I
waistline.
know.
Did you,
Right.
So
excuse me,
we're
guys.
gonna
Did you read
proceed.
what Maria said? Did you read what Maria said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
to
Yeah,
social
see.
Everybody
here's
butterfly.
was
what
so
she
skinny
said.
then. What happened though now?
Life happened. Life happened.
I know.
Guilty.
Okay.
Sedentary life.
Okay.
Next.
Yep,
Next
yep.
Next
photo,
one.
Look at Archie, so young.
that's
That's
Chris
Marie
Vermont.
Chris
Yeah,
Vermont.
this is in our
With the
studio.
Oh,
frizzy
I love
hair.
her. I love her. She's one of the best guests, co-hosts, singers ever in the
And
show. She's
look,
adorable.
Marlene's pants were shiny. What's that one? Efren Africa?
Yeah.
I
Marlene?
think so, yeah. Yes.
Mga
Satin ba yan?
disco
Satin?
pants at that time was talagang, di ba? Satin.
Yeah, satin.
Hi,
Yeah.
Adita.
Mm.
Yeah.
hi,
Hey,
Hi,
Dita.
Adita.
Adita.
Hi,
You
morning.
remember me also. Thank you.
Hi, Adita.
Hi.
Yeah. So are we gonna we
Sana
proceed?
people when they put their questions, they say where they're from because it's nice to know that we're touching all different areas, right?
Oh,
Sayang, I
yeah.
wanted to ask what Pipo's problem was there. He looked so sad.
What
What?
problem? Where?
Here. Okay,
People
let's
doesn't
go
have
back.
Maybe
Maybe
Let's
we
go
worried,
also,
back.
maybe
Let's
Worried
getting
go
about the
back.
emotional.
choreography.
There.
no,
That's
And then
parang
again,
No,
ano,
that was my
planning,
pensive look.
and then again,
planning
ganyan,
their next trick
gwapo-gwapo.
on Ponte.
parang
Gwapo look.
Their
parang
next
Oh,
prank.
malayo ang tingin.
I,
oh,
I,
oh.
I,
Maybe he
Yeah.
has an exam the following day.
Or he's
Maybe,
thinking
or
of the steps for the dance.
No,
I was making sure that there was still a bottle of scotch on that bar.
maybe you were trying to think about how you're going to dance with those boots and heels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oy,
I was also
people,
wondering how I would look with white hair, which is today.
oy. But you know what? There are memories. I have fond memories of people's boots. People know
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi,
Lenny
Lenny.
from Cainta. You're pretty
Lenny.
near where I
Rizal.
live. Yeah, I live in Antipolo when I'm there. And then
ah,
And
so
Mary
next,
Ann Ala from Parañaque.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
Daba,
Hi,
Nice to see you, Marianne.
Maricel.
And
hi,
then
Mary.
we've got
Maricel.
Maricel. Yeah,
Maricel.
yeah.
Hey,
So
Hey,
so
people,
Yo,
are those? Where'd you get those boots?
we got them in I think we got them in Italy during the first stop, right?
Naks.
Yeah, is that
Italy
the
pala
one?
yun, ah.
How many inches?
Italy.
Three inches.
3 inches.
Listen to that. People was dancing with 3-inch heels.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
Wow.
which broke eventually.
it
I've
was so
that's
heard of
why
high.
that.
It was so high
I've
you
that
heard
know
you
of
what
had to
that.
become
happens?
bow-legged.
You know what happens to 3-inch heels, right? Let Ida
What?
make you kwento
Yeah,
really quick. Come on, darling, go
Oh
ahead.
my God.
you
So
trip on
people,
the steps of
hi
one else and it
Bernadette.
people,
falls off.
Hi Bernadette.
yeah. So people came from Spain, and then he took me out. We were all going to the disco, and then we were going down where else? The stairs. And all of a sudden, something happened. People kind of slid a little bit, and then gathered himself and stood back up. And then when we were already in the disco, he wouldn't dance with me. So I was feeling so insulted. He was making everybody dance with me. So I said, "What's wrong?" And then he goes, "Let's go home." I said, "Go home." I said, "Oh my gosh, I might have offended him." When we got back home, apparently he lost his heel when he fell down.
Yeah.
So the whole night he was walking with one
Five six
uplifted para
five
hindi
three. Five six
mahalata.
five three.
Nobody noticed I was tiptoeing on
Oh nga,
one
five
foot.
six five three.
Yeah,
Hindi
exactly.
Hey,
naman, I was
hey,
tiptoeing on
Yeah.
one foot.
Joni, can
Alam
you
mo,
bring back the last comment? It said, "Say hi to my husband." Something, and I
Yeah.
missed it.
Jude.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I think that's
Twico.
Patricia. I think
Okay.
Jude
Patricia. Hi,
Kyotico, who is a
Patricia.
good fan of your groove mic, Rayanne et al. On the funk era from Angeles, Pampanga.
Hey, Jude.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Patricia.
Jude.
Hi,
Hey,
Patricia.
Jude.
Thank you for
oh,
following us.
And then
Good, good.
Henry
Henry.
Lucio.
Hello.
Yeah, the Latin group will love you back. We will tell them.
Yeah.
If
And
they're
then
technologically
Love the
challenged, they're
Latin
worse.
group.
New
So,
hey,
Jersey.
Wow, look
Maria
at
from
this,
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey. That's East Coast time, so that's
yeah,
what, nine o'clock. Thank you for
no,
staying up late, Maria.
eh,
I
plus
10,
know.
10
yata
o'clock.
it's
10
10
o'clock in
o'clock,
the
di
evening.
ba? Yeah.
Yeah.
Joni, you have another photo?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Adita Lanuno.
Hello, Willow.
Edita.
Thanks for
Hey,
Thank
being
you,
here.
Edita.
I
Edita.
love seeing you guys
This
dancing.
is your
Elizabeth
Hi,
Sanchez from
Edita.
Virginia.
So this
Backstage.
picture, oh,
I don't know
Elizabeth
why
from
it
Virginia.
Elizabeth. There you
Oh,
go. Look at
the
this, people.
Rayan, the
That
Rayan.
that's the famous knitted
There's the
tie.
net tie, yeah, that became so faddish in the 80s, in the late 70s.
And this was the time when we were trying to be remember Western was popular, so
Oh,
cowboy boots,
Yes.
jeans, and then business on the top, party at the bottom, baby.
Right.
Well,
Oh my
all
God.
I can say to you people regarding boots is dapat kumuha ka na lang sa Glenmore, hindi na sa Spain punta.
Correct.
Natatanggal tuloy yung heel mo.
Bondo.
Hi,
Hey,
Pain,
people,
Bondo.
this
pain ka pa eh.
Hello.
Pacifica,
Oo nga.
California. That's our backyard.
Hi, Arlene Gaboa from Pampanga.
Elizabeth
Hey!
Sanchez from Virginia.
Very
I
Oh,
love
nice.
Willow,
Pampanga.
Ventura
I love
County.
yeah.
Hi,
Hey, Marlene, do
Willow.
you remember Ray Ann's boots when he came into Penthouse? He had this huge afro and he had this chunky white boots, and we used to call it kesong puti. Do you
Yes.
remember that?
Unfortunately, we don't have a picture of that, but we've got
Yeah,
some other
unfortunately.
pictures of his boots.
So we
Ah.
move on with the pictures.
UP Diliman,
Yes.
that's my alma mater.
Hey, UP
Elizabeth. Hi,
Diliman.
Wow.
Thank you for
Elizabeth.
all your
Okay,
support.
may comment
Thank
ako
you, UP
dyan.
Diliman.
Oh, may
Yan ang
comment si
ate ni,
Johnny.
yan ang ate ni Bruno Mars.
Older sister.
Di ba? Yan ang ate ni Bruno Mars.
Silk Sonic, baby.
Oh my God.
But
Correct.
for
Sabi
those,
ko,
for
my God,
those,
Kamukha nga.
parang related
for the
to Bruno Mars.
non-Filipinos, Ate is older sister.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you haven't seen.
That's a
but do you
film with
remember
Sharon
Marlene's
Cuneta,
af-
though.
Do you remember Marlene's parang afro? Remember that? Parang Supreme
Yes.
book. You had that
Yeah.
too.
Marlene was the one who changed her hairdo every week. Parang ibang style.
Love the shades, Marlene. Love the
So
shades.
Maria nga says, kamukha nga eh.
Oo.
So this was again part of
Wow.
the Dance Fever cast when Gina and I went there.
Yeah.
So this is
Okay.
not really outfits; it's more costumes.
Ano yan? Vampire Mike?
Uh-uh.
Oh, this is a nice
Look at it.
picture
There you
of
go
all
with
of
our
you guys.
Miami Vice look. Rayanne,
And the girls' disco skirts. We were,
Yes,
Diba?
yes. The
Dance
full
skin, right, Sandy? Dance skin.
yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Anna and Mike Dow from
Yes,
Aggie
Hi,
Villalon.
Aggie.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Aggie.
Wow, Camarines Sur.
We're really.
Wow.
It's so nice
Edmana,
that people are
That's
telling
my
us where they're
province.
from because
That's
we
my
don't really
province.
know.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
it's just
Sure.
nice to see that they're from all over. Oh,
si
look at this,
Judith from
Colorado.
Pueblo, Colorado.
Hi,
Wow.
Judith.
Oh,
Hi.
from
Oh,
Bicol to
Kimberly's.
Colorado.
Here we go. The Nick-Nicks are in.
Kimberly is the
Oh my
niece of
gosh.
Helen. Hi,
That's my
Kimberly.
Hi,
dad.
Kimberly.
Helen? Oh,
Send our love to Helen. We
Picture,
miss
I
her.
swear.
Hi, Helen.
yeah.
Hi, Kimberly, Judith.
I hope she's watching.
Yeah, tell
Oh,
her
this
to
is
watch.
this is my graduation, and Mike and Anna came. It was so sweet of them. Oh, diba?
So
So
let's
sweet.
talk.
Dad.
Let's talk
Dig
about
my
the
Valenzuela.
outfits.
Hi, Julie Hipolito from Valenzuela.
Yes. Yes.
Who's your secretary to the left?
Ang sama.
Exactly, people. I was just gonna say it. I swear.
Sama.
Hey,
Dig my
does
outfit,
anybody
everyone.
remember Nick shirts?
of course.
I know, look at that.
Oh my God! Look at that Nick shirt. Open
Anyway.
chest to show off the
With one
no
year. 1 year. 1 year.
Uh-uh.
By the way, these are Ida's and dad and mom.
Yes.
Yeah. My
Yes,
dad's
yes.
hairstyle, huh?
Tito Johnny and Tita Jovit.
Yeah. My dad.
All right. Now,
Oh,
so
see
you
ya.
guys can see.
Oh, from
I'm
Seattle.
sure you guys can
Ida,
all
you still
see.
look the same. My goodness.
Hey guys, this
Oh,
is
thank
Louis
you, Anna.
Luna. He's a regular follower and he always makes some really nice comments on all our videos. So Louis, Luna,
Hi,
thank you
Louis.
so much,
Hi,
Louis.
Louis.
Thanks for following us.
Hello.
Yeah.
Louis.
Henry, look at
Henry.
Henry's comment is so nice. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, thank you that we inspired you, Henry, and you got your great score, your great grade.
Wow, galing.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Henry.
Henry
So-
inspired me to take social.
We
Alam
go
mo,
to
when
the
I
next.
see this picture and I look at Ida, I remember now why I fell in love with her.
You remember, right? You remember.
Sino mo naman?
Did you
Ronnie,
see Jackson
Ronnie.
Smith?
Up.
Drop the mic, baby.
Sige na nga.
Hey, oh my God,
Oy,
look at
Marisol,
this.
we were in our early 20s at that
Early
time, no?
20s.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Hey, do you
Then of
remember
Imagine
course
was not
Gina.
here.
members only jacket?
And then Gina's Gina's
How
all
old were you
standard
guys?
cigarette, oh, 'di ba?
Uh-uh.
Always with a cigarette. Oh.
Hi,
Hi,
Elizabeth from Las
Elizabeth
Vegas.
from Las Vegas.
This was Gina and I competed in Hong Kong for our Asian disco competition. So this
What
was
were you wearing, Mike? What,
members only
what,
jacket ba? Ano ba?
was it
Job.
gold?
Ano
That
ba
was
daw yung
very very
jacket?
popular
Ano
in
ba
the
yan?
70s.
Was it gold? What
Tan,
color is
tan looking.
Maricel's
ah,
asking how old we were in the 70s. I was in
Yeah,
my
you
late
know,
early
20s.
20s na?
20s, right?
20s, 20s, 23,
I was in my
23.
early
Yeah.
20s. Yeah, I was in my early 20s.
20s, yeah.
me
Kayo
too.
lang.
Early 20s.
Don't
And
do the math
I'm a big
anymore, okay?
teenager.
Yan, si
Si Marlene
Marlene.
mukhang kawawa.
Oh,
And
Oo.
Shawi.
With
this is
Shawi when she was...
acting.
yeah,
Method
Cross
actor
My
si
Heart. That's
Marlene.
the film Cross My Heart with Sharon Caneta.
Method actor, Marlene, were you a method actor there?
Nah,
comedian.
There
ano
goes your
lang.
frizzy
Oh my
haircut.
gosh, Marlene. Marlene and all her antics, we
So,
had a she by the way, she was
No
about
more
to become
photos,
a
Johnny?
commercial.
now we have another set that we can,
Let's
yeah.
ask our followers, are there
Yeah.
any outfits that
Any
you
questions?
recognize that you wore?
Yeah. Wait, but let me tell you about Marlene. Because
Okay.
this girl, she would do anything, di
Hi,
ba?
Ching!
Show, commercial, and stuff like that. Then she went to an audition of a commercial. And then she said, come along. Sabi ko, okay, kala ko naman support system lang ako, right? Then she said, stay behind the wall behind her. I said, okay, what am I going to do? Just stay there, just stay there. And so I stayed naman. And then pala, there was a portion when they were asking her to sing. Okay? So finally, she asked me, please sing. So can you imagine? I'm singing behind and she's lip syncing it. And then the people were just like
Oh,
stand.
there's my daughter,
The
Ching,
pressure
saying
is
nice to seeing everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
Ching.
Ching.
That's
my
my
That's good.
God.
daughter, the
Oh,
bride.
that's your
Hi,
daughter.
She
Happy
did a
birthday.
Cyrano. You were Cyrano
Yeah,
for
hi,
Marlene.
Ching.
Yeah, Ida, I would use you for everything.
And me for your
Hands
homework
are
and term
for.
papers.
Yeah, and we Sandy for
Inconvenience.
everything.
Mga
Oh,
mandaraya.
very good.
Okay. So,
Well, hello, so
Yeah.
next
Hey,
photos,
Police.
John. We only
Hello,
have a
hello.
few more
anybody
minutes left.
anybody in the audience have any questions for us? As Mike was
yeah, we
asking
have 11
earlier.
minutes to
You
go.
know, you
Or
asked
any
how old we
outfits
were
that
during that
you wear?
era, and we answered we were about in our 20s. I was about 22. Mike just
Liar!
asked
Lang ako. O, di
anybody
22
else.
lang ako.
I'm
See,
wrong.
that
If you
is
were
22.
Ronnie,
22,
we're the same age
Ronnie,
pala.
if you
your
were
nose is
22,
You
I
are
was
growing.
in
18.
16.
Sabi
I was 8.
teenager ako
I
noon.
was
Kung 22 ka,
18.
Ronnie.
No, no, no.
Ronnie, we're the
No,
same
he's
age
talking
pala.
about no, he's talking about the time when he was with Penthouse before we came in. Siguro.
Right. I think Anna
Diba?
had something to say. Anna, you wanted to say something?
Oh, kayo lang. I was in my teens.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
a
Miss
baby.
Anaviv was
Yeah.
the baby.
The baby.
Oh, look at this question.
This
Was it rumors in the disco in Pasay Road? Do you remember?
Of
Was
course.
it,
No,
Yes.
no.
was it?
They're
rumors?
asking if the name of
Was it
the
rumors?
disco was
Pasay
rumors.
Road? Faces?
There
I
was
think that was
rumors
Faces.
and
Faces.
there was spaces, rumors.
Luana.
Hey, Lung.
Mars Cocoon.
I think it
Luana.
was
Hi,
Mars, yeah.
Luana.
This is
Yeah, Mars.
Luana, a dear friend of mine
Hi,
who I
Luana.
danced with here in San Francisco.
Mm.
Hey, Lung.
Are the UP people
Bondok.
here now, Mike?
I haven't seen, but I'm sure they are.
Ida daw.
So,
Bell said,
yeah,
Love the
there's so
story
many.
between Ida and
You,
Marlene.
you just don't know we have a whole
Oh my,
encyclopedia of stories talaga.
oh my goodness.
There
okay,
was
what's
no
the
main
main?
choreographer. It was all of us. It
It's
was all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Group effort.
mostly all of them. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
remember, we had to come up with 3 to 4 dances a
thank
week.
you, Ellen. Thank you, Ellen.
So
Thank you,
if
Ellen.
there was just one choreographer, that just was not feasible, not
Faces,
realistic.
right?
Yeah,
Anna faces.
Yeah.
faces.
You know,
Yeah.
I remember actually that the first time I joined Penthouse, so I went to Archie's house to rehearse, right? And Mike was there and he says, okay, Ronnie, so what are we doing? And I go, well, how would I know? So he expected me to choreograph, which I don't do. But God bless Mike. he helped with that choreography for sure. So it was really more him than me. But but you're right. Each and every one was expected to choreograph
Contributed,
a
yeah.
number or
Yeah.
so, diba? Which is
Sometimes we would do it, oh, the first 4/8, it's you, Mike. The second 4/8,
Yeah.
di ba? That's the way we did
mm,
it. But we rehearsed about 3 times a week.
Yeah, three
correct,
Three
times a
times.
week, and then the show on the Sunday.
right.
Yeah, and we were
That,
assigned to look for the latest dance steps or create new dance steps. So we were always on
And
the look.
music.
And
Yeah.
just remember, those were the days before YouTube and the internet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we depended on Betamax tapes from the States or Europe or
Whole
movie.
train.
Soul Train was a big
Yeah.
one. Bandstand, Soul Train. We would have a pipeline. Archie had friends in the States who would send him the videos. Remember,
Yeah.
every week we'd go to Archie's house and just
And watch
watch
new
the
steps.
old videos
Come up
and
with new
learn the
Yeah.
steps.
steps.
So
Jeff
we really,
Kutash.
yeah, guys, this Maricel's asking how many times did we rehearse? So we were
Three times.
rehearsing at least
Three
three
times.
times. And so we were dancing practically the whole week because we would rehearse 3 times. We would go on the show on the Sunday. And then we would go out to the discos practically like maybe twice a week. And then there was
Yeah.
even a disco that we were managing at some point,
Yep.
and
The
a
Fox.
dance class in another disco in the afternoon. So we were really just
Wow.
dancing the whole time and
And
having
It's
fun.
and
another
And
world.
in between going to school, all of us were
Yes,
in
we were all in
college.
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pero Maricel,
Why, bud?
Maricel, hindi ka nagtatanong. As Mike and Ed has been saying that we rehearsed 3 days a week, that we did the show once a week, we took care of our own costumes, etc. All for 50 pesos a week. That's how much we were making.
No,
Yeah.
75 naman.
170.
75.
75, huh?
25 pesos, 75.
Oh, now I
75.
feel duped. I feel duped when
Yeah,
I
because
started 50 pesos lang yan.
yeah, how many years before us? Di
That
ba?
was so many years ago
Eh, ito
naman.
na.
And
Hey,
you know
Bob.
what?
That was so
And
many
you know
years
what? We want
ago.
to a shout
But,
out to those who are
but we
still,
got free shoes every week. The girls
yeah, and
got
then
free
all
shoes
the
every week.
designers helped us. We
Via
even have,
Veneto
You know,
with
yeah,
Yeah,
let
Veneto,
me
yeah.
just say this. What Ronnie's referring to was the early days. Ronnie and I were
yeah.
there in the early days. We didn't have sponsorship. We didn't have people giving us shoes or clothes. By the time you guys came in, then people want they were, we had the shoe sponsors, the clothes sponsors. So it was great. But the early on was
oh,
Now,
good times, Ronnie.
Maria,
oh,
we don't have them
Maria's
anymore. We
question,
don't
so
have them
cute.
anymore.
That's so sweet
Okay,
because
Because
but
we, yeah, but
Yeah,
it's so nice because our shoes really could not survive because we really wore them until they
yeah,
tore.
talagang
yeah,
food.
to
But
them. But
Via
oh,
Veneto was
Ubusin
a
mo.
long time sponsor.
yeah,
For
Three
our
inches.
clothes, we had designers. We had
design.
Barge Ramos, Efren Africa,
Africa.
Jerry
Daniel
K.
Jerry Katiba.
Acosta,
Apache, Jerry
Yeah, Belle.
Katigbak.
Yeah. Who took
Well, we
all
were we
who
were
took
so used to
everything.
dancing on heels that it was kind
yeah,
of, at least for me,
It
it
was
was hard
hard.
to dance on flats.
I
Look
still
at
wear 3-inch heels up to
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, me
3 inch
also.
oh,
can't
heels.
do that now.
Yes,
The
yeah.
no,
But you know, guys,
Belle is
talk-
impressed that the ladies dance in 3 heels, 3 inch
3 inch.
heels, but people also wore 3 inch.
Ano yung
these
tagal
were
mapapasok?
Ayan.
Stiletto.
Oh,
Until
nice.
besides
now.
besides people's
Before you tell
3 inch
us about
heels.
your modeling career, di ba? You modeled once.
Hey,
I
Bong.
modeled once, just once for one Hyatt luncheon show of Ben Farales, and that's it.
Wow, model na siya,
Wow.
di
That
ba?
was the
Hi, Maricel.
Thank you,
Again.
Hey,
Maricel.
You
Thank
know,
but
you.
Maricel,
going
it
back
was sariling
dancing,
sikat
going back to the
then.
show. We had 3 rehearsal dates, but that doesn't include on Sunday evenings. At the last minute, Archie would say, "Hey guys, you need to make one more dance," and
Oh
we'd
my
have to go
God.
Yeah.
backstage and come up with a dance in like 5 minutes.
oh
And we
my
Uh,
did.
God.
This is
Wow.
a
we have a
Many
question
times we
question.
Well,
did it.
for everybody
Did
from
we take
Luana, from
formal
Lung.
classes? Hey, we
Right.
have a
Yes.
question. Did we take formal classes like ballet,
Yeah.
jazz? Because you're all
Yeah.
great dancers. Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Sandy, Marlene, and Ida were ballet dancers. My
Yes.
only background was jazz, but I wish I
Yeah.
could have taken ballet like them because they
Gina was
really.
also
Oh yeah, Gina
Gina
also
Yeah.
also
was.
took
Hot
Juliet
legs.
Romeo. Mike was a
Yes,
trained dancer.
yes. And then
Anna is
Anna is just a
gifted,
natural
naturally
born
gifted.
dancer.
Right.
Anna
And
is
Thank
just
you,
a
Mike.
my
natural.
dad,
And
Family of
Mike.
dancers.
watching him. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, we are at our 30-minute mark. We're going to
Oh,
continue, right? Because
Before you
there's
Are we going
continue
to
the
the
continue?
room
photos.
is
yeah.
Why
still,
won't
yeah,
we
we're
get why
Wait,
won't we
wait.
get the photos?
Before you go into that, let me go to Mike a second. Mike, somebody mentioned kasi about memorabilia, and you mentioned earlier about a plan that
Yeah.
you had.
Oh yeah,
Please
yeah,
share
yeah.
that
that's
memorabilia
Maria.
plan.
Mrs. Maria's comment about
Right,
memorabilia.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally have some dancing shoes from way back. But what I think what Ron is referring to was because this whole live stream is about classic outfits that we had, and there's many things that we wore that I think belong in like the Hall of Fame of Penthouse 7 outfits. I think as an example would be the double belt. That's classic.
Crayon
We have
shoes.
boots,
Crayon
Oh,
shoes.
crayon shoes,
Ronnie's
Nick Nick
pants.
shirts,
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Ayan.
Ronnie's tight jeans.
Ronnie's
Tight,
yeah,
tight
tight,
jeans.
super tight
Oh, look
jeans
at
that
the
would
yeah,
lag
question.
down to
yeah.
zip.
Sol, in answer to your question,
Sol.
yes, we
Si
treated
Sol
us each
talaga.
other more like brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
Except
except
Ronnie
for
and Ida.
me
Hoy,
making ligaw
not
Who
Ida.
got
only
Hey,
married?
us.
but listen,
Not only
listen.
us.
Baka you don't know these people also made ligaw
Oh,
Ida.
What?
Sige,
Liga.
bukuin nyo.
Ano
Buko,
kami?
buko.
As a matter of fact, there was a
Buko.
time when Ida went out with Mike, and I was so jealous.
But we
And it
were
was his
friends.
Ayan na,
You
birthday.
didn't go out as
revelation.
a
Ayan
date.
na.
Yeah, it was
Ayan
his.
na.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Mike's birthday, and Ida wanted to give him a cake. And I said, "Why are you gonna give him a cake?"
He's
He
my
goes, "Well,
friend.
this is a nice guy. It's my birthday." Yeah, but if you give him a cake, he's going to misconstrue that and think that you like him. So we had this big argument at about 3 or 4 in the morning outside their house, and our folks were upstairs listening to this argument at 3 or 4 in the evening, and we were laughing. So when she came in, hindi siya pinagalitan that she came in so late because they found it so funny that we were arguing about giving Mike a cake.
Some people don't know, but like Mike and I were billeted in a hotel one time to choreograph. They didn't have another room, so they put us both in the same room. The models, the next day, they were all in their underwear. And I think they thought that Mike was gay. So sabi ni Mike, Ida, I think they think I'm gay. I said, why? They're all in their underwear. So, we just kept quiet about it. But the two of us were there, and the people were wondering why we were billeted in the same room during those days. Diba? That was scandalous. And then our boyfriend and our girlfriend then kept checking on us. And everybody kept asking Mike, Ray and people, everybody, oh, Mike, what did you see? Did you see Ida in ano? And then he goes, I only saw her head and her toes.
Ida was like this the whole time. Parang suman si Ida. Suman.
Hey, but
The mommy look.
I gotta say something in fairness to people with regards to him making ligaw Ida. If he was, if he was my karibal, I was in good company.
Willow has a
Ronnie,
question.
second
until
mic
until
drop.
I lost my heel. That's it.
No,
Yeah, that was
no plans
classic.
yet
People.
That was a crash and burn.
Look at Willow's question or
Yeah.
comment. This
Reunion.
no plans yet, but it's
we
It's
hope
been in the
possible.
works since the last
Yeah.
reunion show.
Thank you,
Since
Cheryl
2008,
de
we've been working
Guzman.
on that.
Thank you. Oh, happy for Ida and Ronnie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. But you know what? There was also another love team there.
No more na. Let's stop the love team. Let's go to the
The love
photos.
team there.
Actually,
Let's be out of topic. Tigil.
Yeah,
This is already going to be,
that's right.
blind
Chismis.
items. Let's
Oo,
stop
Blind
the blind
items.
chismis.
items.
Blind
Let's go
items.
to more
guys,
of the photos.
which
Kasi there's a nice photo there that in the
look at
next
this.
set of
Alan
Oh,
slides.
Denny Terrio.
yeah,
That's true, Bell.
actually,
yeah.
Mike has a picture like that, naka-bold. We will show it.
Go ahead,
There,
Johnny.
Oh,
Let's
there
go
you
to
go.
the
show the
next batch.
photos. Show the next batch because this is also
Okay.
interesting. Oh, diba?
Oh,
Look at
Oh,
those colors, baby.
yellow pants.
Yeah,
Those
that
yellow.
Jerry Katigba pants
There's
Yeah.
a
in the
classic
black.
oh,
It was a
people,
pajama party.
you're the ninja.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
another
Yeah,
Samurai.
Hey guys,
samurai.
I mentioned
Samurai.
this. I
routine.
mentioned this to people that the the funny thing here is that this was a pajama party. Only one of us in the group actually owned pajamas. Guess who?
People.
Fonzie.
Oh, Ponzi.
Fonzie, the guy in blue.
Fonzie.
You
Oh
see
my
that?
God.
Oh, the tap dance of
Tap
Michael
dance,
Bublé.
rubber ducky.
Rubber
Yes.
ducky.
Talking
Yeah.
about rubber
Rubber
ducky.
ducky.
There's a
There it
photo. This
is.
one
Yan, the rubber
Yes,
ducky
there
dance
you go.
number.
Hey,
Oh,
with
Ron,
Nice.
you
Mike's
remember we choreographed
picture.
that in your house, and your dad was our audience.
Hi,
Yeah.
hi,
Sharing the smile.
Bell
Cheryl.
bottom pants
guys,
and
look at the
what's that
hairstyle of
poodle cut hair?
Ronnie's hairstyle is Donny Osmond and Mike is Engelbert Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Ay, nako.
Without the patilla.
Yeah,
Oo.
but kudos to Mike for that dance number. I think he choreographed that whole thing.
But that was fun at your house with your dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Sol,
Okay.
mukhang that will remain to be the $100 million question.
What? Ay, naku.
Maybe
There-
maybe
Sino
when
yung love team?
yeah, at some point we'll do
At
a
some
teaser.
point.
Oh,
At
two
some
more.
point.
There were two of them. There were two of them.
Yeah, Maria, dancing, you'll never regret it later on in your older years because the effect stays with you for a long time.
Yes.
That's why we're
Yes.
strong. Yeah,
Good
And to
it
idea.
be
really,
honest with you, that's one of the reasons why we really promote the challenges, because we're trying to show people and encourage people that even at our age, it's important to keep active and get up and have fun. So we really
Humming that.
encourage you to join our challenges.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
And send us the videos if you like, but if not, it doesn't matter as long as you're dancing, getting up and dancing.
Yan na.
Right.
Maria. Ang kulit mo, Maria.
Parang nakakatuwa. Suspense.
Okay, who
Suspense.
dare? Who
I
dare?
remember the curly cue of Marlin.
Ay,
And
ay,
Ida
look at that.
and Jacqueline Smith hairdo.
Okay.
Ponzi.
Pero it was parang to faucet before, di ba, Ida? You had
Oh,
parang
I
Ponzi.
started with Farrah Fawcett, ended up with Jacqueline Smith.
This looks like a conga line.
And Sandy's Bo Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Oo.
Bo Derek of Sandy later on. We can see. It's so pretty.
Hi, Ching. I'm so glad you're here still with us.
Flared pants.
Yeah.
Ching, check your mom's closet.
Shing.
Oo nga.
wala na yun. Ayan.
Oh,
Jacqueline.
di ba?
Oh.
Or Jackie Smith hairstyle.
Ganda,
If
ganda
they
ni
don't
Ida
know who
talaga.
Jacqueline Smith is, that was the Charlie's Angels, the original.
Yep.
Yeah.
May pagka-Farrah Fawcett din.
Oo.
Yeah.
Parang pusit yun.
Far away.
Oh,
Oh, there.
then
Sure.
Oh,
Tony.
oh.
Oh,
Tignan mo naman yan.
Flying out.
Tony.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Joni.
My hair was frizzy. It was not straight. It was frizzy.
Was
Yeah.
On
it?
to the next. On
Nice
to the
picture though.
Oh,
Gina,
Gina with
baby.
the
Still
classic
same. Still
bob.
looks the same.
That's a bob haircut. Gina Valenciano.
Who's that guy behind
Eighties
Gina? Looks
na.
familiar. Artista ba yun?
Ang
Well,
nasa
you know,
na yung
guys-
cornrow hairstyle ni Sandy.
Parang
Oh,
bumalik.
rewinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went
Answer
back
the
to the
question
beginning,
here.
Joey.
Bondok Dizon is asking, how was the group formed?
Oh,
Anybody
Ah.
want to venture an answer to that?
Handpicked eh. Kilala ng
How
kilala
was the
ng
group
kilala.
formed?
Ayan, yung open
Grabe,
shirt.
you're so
Oh, wait,
open.
wait,
Oh,
guys.
I love that.
Rewind.
There.
Okay,
Rewind.
ayan.
Oh,
So,
Go back to Sandy.
Wait,
Ayan.
we should
Oh.
answer. We should
Oh,
answer
look
this
there,
question
there's
of
a
Bondo.
clue. Look at that picture. There's a clue there.
What?
Blind item eh.
Ida is getting her
Go back to
revenge.
the solo photo of Sandy, the one that shows her full hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Her
like
Bo
that
Derek
picture.
hair.
Yeah, I like her.
Oh.
Oh,
Bo Derek.
Yes.
Bo
12
Derek.
hours in the
Derek.
salon of Biba.
Abiba.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Biba did that.
Tagal niyan,
Yeah.
diba?
Yan.
Right,
So,
right.
Imagine
was
if
there
beach
auditions?
behind the
No,
head.
we were invited.
There's a question from Bondo.
Yeah. How was
Yeah,
the
okay,
there were
ganito.
no auditions. We were
Yes.
invited.
I'll
So-
start it. And this question of Bondok, I'll start it and then just chime in, okay?
Yeah, let's
Just in
do it
case
in
my memory
chronological
fails
order.
me. Yeah, I think what happens was it started off kasi with Chito Feliciano's Dance Time with Chito.
Mm-hmm.
And Archie was part of that show. Now, when unfortunately Chito died in an airplane accident, um, nawala yung Dance Time with Chito, it became Penthouse 7. And then this time they put Archie Lacson as the host. And then Archie started to choose people from different schools who he heard dance and enjoyed dancing. I think Mike was one of the first people that came into
Yeah.
the show, in ba?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then after Mike, I think it was what? It was who, Mike? I think
Uh,
see
well, the
the guy
first,
in the States.
Anna,
yeah,
Joni.
it was me, and then Anna and Joni,
Yeah.
and then
Ah,
Helen
okay,
came in, right? Helen,
Then there was
right.
Ramon,
Raul
Roa.
Monasterio,
Raul
Yeah.
Roa and Jojo Abelia.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
For the
yes, correct,
original.
correct,
and
correct.
then
And then,
Ponzi came in after,
correct.
and then the girls,
No, the
Yeah,
girls came in
Ayan, and
first.
then people, right?
The
actually,
Powerpuff Girls.
actually, Ida, Marlene, and Sandy came in together. And I
Yeah.
remember that when they
How about Gina
auditioned,
too,
di ba?
right? There wasn't Gina in that
No,
batch.
No,
Gina
no,
came in
no.
later. She came
Gina
in
came
much
Okay.
after
later.
me pa.
She was the last.
So the three Charlie's Angels came in, and I remember, we all voted for them, and so they became part of the group as well. Di
Yes.
ba? That's how sila Ida and Sandy and Marlene joined us.
Yeah.
But
But
to
see,
Yeah.
be
the
So,
honest
reason,
with you, in the beginning, I mean, you guys were kind of all handpicked, but in the beginning, I had to audition.
yeah,
There was
Oh,
like an
It's hard to
audition
believe.
process.
really.
Yeah.
They
Hard.
invited me, but they didn't guarantee anything. They just said, "Let's see
That's
how you
crazy.
do." And
That's
then it
funny.
was week by week. After the first week, they'd watch the show, then say, "You can come back." Then you can come back. You can come back until it became regular. But there was nothing. I wasn't handpicked to join the group.
yeah. Well, actually, Mike, in all fairness, Ida, Sandy, and Marlene weren't instant members either.
Yeah, they
They
were
came
they
in
were
as
no,
like
we
invited,
auditioned as well,
invited
right?
guests. Yeah.
no, we did, but we didn't really audition, di ba? We were
But they
asked.
didn't audition.
We
We
were
No.
showed them a
asked,
number that we already did.
and
Diba?
and we came there because we needed to learn a dance. So Tito was the one who was supposed to teach Latin because we were doing our own dances na in our schools and whatever. We needed to learn how to dance the Latin thing, and then eventually we were invited to go to the show and then do something, a number, and that's how we were invited in.
Guys, there's a
Mm.
suggestion by Willow.
Was this? Why not a
No.
Penthouse 7 dance where
Where
everyone
Where
goes in 70s style? And cute. Yeah, that's
Hey,
cute.
Willow, that's a great idea. If you buy me a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
I might just consider that.
I
So guys, there's a link.
okay.
There's a link there that says buy us a cup of coffee. It's in a link there. You'll see it.
Yeah, please
Uh,
support us because we really have a lot of great ideas, but we just need to be able to implement them. We need to upgrade on some of our equipment and get more time and people to help us. So
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
whatever
and
support you have for us is very
Your
very much
coffees are coming
appreciated.
great, and we're
and for
seeing
your
fantastic
information,
pictures.
this past 2 years, everything we have on YouTube is sariling sikap from
yes.
beginning
Yep,
to end. So we've been
yep.
doing it all on our own. So if we get support, then we can probably do much, much
Isn't
better.
it funny that it's the same
Yes.
system that we had during Penthouse? Everything is for the love of dance.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's always for the love of
Pa
dancing.
yes,
rin, pa rin.
Correct.
yes.
So,
Hey,
but
guys, just to let you know, we planned for 30 minutes. It's already 43
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
minutes and
Ooh,
42
Let's say
seconds and
goodbye.
counting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Diba?
you see,
okay.
So,
You want to just finish this? Let's finish the video, the pictures, and then we can
Yeah.
I think that's
Say
it,
our
do a
isn't
part
it?
goodbyes.
two.
okay, okay.
Just
So
flash
hang on, everybody. Let me just finish
me.
the pictures.
Yeah, go.
Okay,
Funky dancing.
crayon shoes, and
Crayon shoes and monk shoes.
And monks.
monk
And
shoes of the
suspenders.
boy and
There was somebody,
suspend.
I can't recall, who commented on one of our videos that said he bought monk shoes because of watching the show, and we wore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tickets daw will
Willow,
be
you want to produce? You
Oh,
want to
si
Let's
produce?
Maki,
go,
Maki
Willow.
daw, sabi ni Ronnie.
The double belt.
Buhay na naman ng double belt. I'm telling you, that's
Yeah.
part of the Hall of Fame. The double belt, Rayan shoes, suspenders. Yep.
Suspenders.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Tickets will be
Yes.
sold as well.
Mike, when you say monk shoes,
Okay.
are these the type of shoes you're talking about?
Senior
Yep.
citizen.
Huh? I found these in Spain, would you believe?
Oh, see, I told
There's
you.
a comment
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Jed.
Right.
But what
Please
I
read.
remember.
challenge? Can you
Please
read
Yep,
read
this,
yep.
what
Joni?
He said,
Yeah.
Read this
Jed is
one
a
that Jed.
senior.
What did Jed send?
Jed,
There's
the
something.
Jed
Jed.
Can
Generoso.
you read it, Joni? What his request is?
again,
Well,
Been,
we
go
been a
back to
fan,
the comment. He said he was
Nalampasan mo
like
na.
from
There's
no,
high
a
he
been a,
school.
been a fan since high school days.
not a
I'm a
senior
senior
citizen.
citizen,
I think not. I think he
person
wanted to
with
say now.
disability. Now I'm a senior citizen, person with disability, left hand and left foot weak. Only if you can grant my request, I challenge the dancers to do a challenge.
Yeah,
Now,
this is his.
And what
Hey,
is that?
wow.
And
What
then
is that?
so he's correcting his spelling as he said
Yeah,
this
Okay.
we
week.
Yep.
try.
And then this is his comment. Okay lang,
Oh,
Okay
ah,
hindi
lang
mag...
kung hindi
Okay,
mag-grant
we
oh.
will
medyo,
dance.
What is his request?
Yeah.
May
to do
yeah.
a
challenge ba
challenge,
tayo?
Dance challenge.
What challenge?
But what?
we'll put
Can
na
you go
lang.
back? I didn't get it.
Yeah, what
Get a
challenge?
translation.
May I request I challenge the dancers to do a challenge? Actually, we did that,
We have
remember?
challenge yet, diba?
We'll
Yeah, we
have
also...
a new one next week by people. Next week.
Yes.
Watch na lang the channel.
Sige.
Okay.
Hey, but
Thank
getting
you,
back to this
Jed.
picture,
Jed,
getting
thank
back to this picture of Mike, he
Oh,
reminds me of
Thank you,
ida.
Jed.
Patrick Swayze.
Diba?
Oh, ano?
Ayan, yung
The
tinatago
Jedi
yung
Smith
tie
and
sa
the
shirt.
fingers.
Buhay na
Wow.
naman yung knitted tie.
Tsaka, no,
Oh,
Farrah Fawcett or Jacqueline Smith hairdo.
Remember,
oh.
remember the time we all grew our mustaches? If you can even call
We
them
did.
I
mustaches.
know. And mine was only here like this.
Yeah, look at mine. It's also on the side.
Yeah. Fu Manchu.
Uh,
Fu Manchu and King Class.
Maria,
Oh,
thank you also
Maria.
for being
Thank you so
here.
much. Thank you,
You're so
Maria.
Thank you.
sweet.
Please stay tuned. We'll
Thank
announce
you,
our next
Jed.
one.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
the
thank
last
you.
slide?
You know, we're doing this for you guys. We want to,
Actually, yes.
reminisce with you. As you said, some of us, we're seniors, right? We were about 19, 20s when we were in Penthouse, but many of you still remember those good old days because there's nothing like the 70s and the 80s. Nothing like it, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
I think we
yeah.
all share that.
Oh,
We have a
there's
special
until
time.
the next chat. Yes.
I think
Yeah,
the
Henry.
70s and the 80s were the golden era of music and
Yeah,
dance.
Yes.
Look
right.
at this. Can you do
Diba?
the exercise dance again, please? Maybe we can reboot it, Sandy.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
With
one?
that.
The workout.
Well, we have a playlist in our channel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we have a
watch.
playlist, but we could probably repost it so it's more. They don't have to go all the way back for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you? I wonder if she means the exercise, the cardio one, or just the workout, like the line dance.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it's the workout, guys, in the YouTube channel, there is a
Yeah.
what's
Thank
that?
you,
There's
Andy.
there are different windows, and then you can look for the dance exercises, the new dances, old dances, reunion show, and all that. It's all there.
Andy.
But we will be doing more when
Yeah.
we have the
Right.
energy and the
Well,
And
time.
guys.
then
The
and
Well,
Andy,
guys.
thank you for saying that because even I am surprised that the guys, everybody, their videos there where they're even doing splits, they're jumping, nobody can do those steps just like that. So I'm very proud.
Yeah.
So you look
Yeah.
at the
I have a
we've got
story
some.
about that also. We'll do it next live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you?
Guys,
Oh,
it's
into the new music now, where
yes.
you
wow, we
have
have so many
by
questions and requests, but
SB19.
it's time to
It's like,
go.
Who's where?
Right. Right.
What's where you at?
Never
I don't
mind.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you
We'll
also,
answer.
Sharon.
We'll
thank
answer
you.
all your questions in the next live stream.
Yep.
So do
I'll be
watch
there.
out for it. It's been a
SB19.
great 49 minutes with all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we're here for you. We're here for you. And we pray that, as Mike always says, keep on dancing. So we'd like to say good night in our usual way. Marlene?
Good night and good morning. And it was really a pleasure to have been with you. And like what we always say, see you on the dance floor. Mike,
Thanks, Marlene. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please stay tuned. We're planning to do more of these. If you want to see them, we'll be doing them. We'll be posting our announcements. So thank you very much. Love you all. Sandy, good night.
Good night, good morning, everybody. There's still time to buy us coffee before we go. And see you in the next live stream. Night, people.
Night, night, Sandy. Thank you. And by the way, this has been great. So we're closing tradition style, right? Good night, Beth. Anna.
Woohoo! Mic drop.
Night, people. Good morning. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It's been fun. We want to say thank you for all your comments and for staying tuned. Okay, we're gonna do this again. So see you,
Yeah.
Joni.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for being with us. And for those that we are not able to put your comments up, we're going to answer you on our YouTube channel. I will answer. Some of us will, that can, we will answer. I see a lot of comments. Thank you for your very wonderful comments for making us feel that this is all worthwhile. Ida, Ida pala.
Thank you, Joni, for all of these things. You know, she's the whiz,
Yeah.
tech whiz. If not for her, I think we'd see us here right now.
Thank
And to all
you.
of you guys, happy anniversary. And to all of you who have been with us for all these years, through all these years, rather, thank you very much. We had a lovely time. Good night, everybody. Good night, Ronnie.
Yeah.
There,
Well,
there. Okay.
thank you for sharing the love, ladies and gentlemen who are here with us today. And God bless you more. Good night.
Heaven must be missing an angel, missing one angel child, 'cause you're here with me right now. Your love is heavenly, baby, heavenly to me, baby. Your kiss filled with tenderness. I want all